What's up, y'all? I know there's nobody watching yet, but one day we'll have some viewers on here. When I go live, they'll click the button. But I wanted to talk about some things, kind of just about ArcBlock ABT, and more specifically, their tools and utilization of the Pages kit that they have, because that's what I've been working on. It's actually very easy, right? So what I ended up doing to get myself started is I watched the Four Societies video on how to basically create your own website using ArcBlock ABT. And he walks you through step by step how to do it, and it's actually very easy. There's a couple videos you can watch. You might be able to grasp it before finishing the video, or you might need to watch the whole video like I did to understand how this works. But it's very easy. If you have any sort of tech savvy, if you're tech savvy in any way, really, you can get this done by yourself with a video. So he walked me through it on the video, and something that I like about it is that it's you don't have to go through Google, you don't have to go through these other centralized entities to create your website anymore, which is honestly kind of what always held me back from ever creating a website. So with this, it's simple. You can buy from your phone. You can go to the Blocklet store, and you can go and buy a serverless Blocklet or a server Blocklet, and they have some different choices as to your payment method or whatever. But once you get your Blocklet, it's basically on your wallet, and then you can launch it from your wallet, or you can launch it from your desktop, and it'll get you to, I like to call it like ArcBlock Studio. It feels kind of like a studio in a sense of how Photoshop is to creating images. It feels like ArcBlock, this Pages kit, is like Photoshop, but for creating a website. However, there are a few things that I struggled with learning how the user experience works, like what buttons to press, what buttons do what, what can I click or what can I click, where can I move things, where can I not move things, like where were my limitations in customization. And I think that is the current, and this is all brand new stuff. So, I mean, just being able to make your own website like this in this manner is very groundbreaking, but it still has a little bit of ways to go, in my opinion, for user customization. But I'm sure that changes if you're a developer yourself. If you're a developer yourself, I'm sure that that's no problem. You could figure it out and you can code your way through that. But for someone who's generally a consumer, so there were some things that, so there were sections, right? It would have on the side in the bottom left, it would say like a section, and you would click that section, and then boom, in the display where it's displaying what your website would look like, it creates a little box section that you are now going to be affecting, and anything with that selected is now just that little box. And that's kind of how it worked, is you could create a section, you start here, create a section, you create a section, you create a section. This, it's nice, but I wish I was able to maybe move images around a little bit easier, move them in and out of the background a little bit easier, just to have some more of these customization things, right? But if I'm really being picky, that's what I would say is the user experience when it comes to options and customization. I can't wait to see what they do to further improve that on the Pages kit, because it is amazing. And I was able to set up my own website. I created, just on the spur of the moment, I created a freedom of speech forum. So if for any reason anyone here from the Mega Yacht Cult, or anyone in general, get censored and they need a way to display information on a website to the public, this would be Freedom Speech Forum USA.eth. So I even went and got a .eth domain name because I want this to actually be a real decentralized website. Um, Now the thing is where I messed up big time with this is I could have just went and if you're looking to make it easy and you just want to get a website and you just need to get it out, just go and buy a domain from Google if you're not tech savvy, okay? Because it's going to be a lot easier to point your website at that domain name, okay? Whereas if you have a ENS domain or a .eth domain, well, now it's not so easy just to point your website to your .eth domain, which is a more decentralized domain and is better overall, and it looks cooler, in my opinion. But what I ended up doing is I ended up getting to that point. I finished my website and it looked cool. It wasn't completely finished, but it looked cool, and I was ready to just publish it and then get my domain connected and then just be done with it and start, you know, editing and changing things and building slowly on top of it. Um, but what I ended up doing is I ended up kept spam clicking the button to fucking connect the ETH domain to my website. And what ended up happening is it eventually just kept infinity buffering. It started buffering for infinity. So then I refreshed the page when I came back home because I left to go, I was like, I'm going to leave and just leave this alone. Maybe it'll fix itself. But no, I came back, hit refresh, and that motherfucker was crashed. That, sorry, some cheeks walked by. But yeah, no, now for some reason, whenever I try to access this website, it just says 404 error. Um, and, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm looking to fix this. Now, I need someone tech savvy to do this, so I've already reached out to Justin at Buy Storage. So, we're gonna work together with a time for him to either for him to help me with the few things, being revolving around my website and my domain, as well as some other things on the server side. We're going to see if we can do some business with Justin, um, hopefully this weekend or whenever he's got some free time. And this is what I'm also excited to utilize too, is one of the best things that I've done this year so far is actually mint the Byte Storage NFT. Just because of how many doors this has opened for me, just because of how many opportunities this has provided for me, this has been a blessing. And honestly, I want to say thank you to Dion for creating that for me. I understand, it was looked at as a favor, and I really do appreciate that because that helps me a lot. And I know you do it for the love of your community. So again, thank you very much, Dion. But yeah, I'm very excited, and I'd love to talk more and have more, topics and things, but I don't see anybody joining these lives currently. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for today. That's kind of how my experience has been so far, and I want to do a video on Dragon Chain. I know someone requested it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Dragon Chain right now because I was listening to one of their podcasts last night. They had a podcast on Twitter, and they were pitching an idea of basically a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO, that is specifically for our government and the people that we elect to, make these decisions for the people. Okay, so like your governors, anybody, your presidents, anybody in a political state of power, there would actually be a DAO where you can monitor what this person is doing to help the people. And there could be a voting system, and then you could actually, with the blockchain, you could actually see your vote going to something. And this has been my biggest gripe about everything, about my whole existence here. Once I learned the truth about how this world works, is that I really don't think your fucking vote counts currently. So if you have a way to actually check to see that your vote is counting, and you have other ways to monitor the people that you are interested in your government, you can see what they're doing, you can monitor that, and if they're doing the best for the DAO, which would be their country or their state. You could choose to remove yourself from that person and, maybe look into other options of who you vote for, right? So I thought that was really cool, and I believe that would be through one of Dragon Chain services, which is very cool. So, there's a lot of interesting things going on. Dragon Chain library case, XRP, the tech is there, and all that really is needed is a shift in consciousness of the humans, right? Because it's like right now they're talking to, you see the dollar is a falling knife right now, and we basically need to go to war to save it, right? So why do people need to die in order to save the currency? Okay, why can't we just have a shift in the way we think and the way that we utilize our currency, and just choose to use a different currency such as like Dragon Chain or ABT or whatever your favorite token is, or whatever? Why can't we do that? Because that's really all it takes. Once you disconnect from this system, if we could disconnect from this system, none of it ever fucking mattered at all, and we can take back our country and take back our livelihoods. But yeah, thank you for listening. I'm done ranting. I want to do more on Dragon Chain. I do really love Dragon Chain a lot. Odd Token. Let me talk about Odd Token really quickly now. So when I first found MYC Network, what really grasped me was the delivery of the information. It was very in your face, and it wasn't just pandering and, very soft, like, oh, here's your data. Here you go, little boy. No, it was like, here's your fucking data. Use it or lose it, basically. And I've been in NYC for just over a year now, and I'm seeing everything that Dion has been providing, and he has produced the on-demand data app. So that's the biggest thing so far that I've seen, and we know big people are watching this because it's a successful platform other than these mainstream other platforms. And I just want to say, don't sleep on your peers. Don't sleep on the people who, just because he's Dion, don't sleep on his project, because I'm telling you, this motherfucker, I personally, I really believe that this is going to become a big project, and this is going to become a big application. They were just Dion just said he was, Odd Token is going to be, but when that happens, I can say, so just say if it's just 1 million people that are now aware of Odd Token. You look at Odd Token tokenomics, you see how much of a bottom that is. And if even just 1% of that million people put any sort of investment into it, or even just install the app and become a part of our community to where we start growing even more, this is going to snowball very fast. And, I don't want you to, this is not financial advice, but I have quite a bit of Odd Token, and it's not an absurd amount, but it's not a little amount either. It was actually pretty healthy, and now I'm sitting up almost 2x on it because I was buying it over the course of over the year. So, yeah, this is cool. I can't wait. Eventually, everybody's going to be starting to create their own things, creating their own decentralized websites, profiles, social medias. Everyone's going to have their own thing, and it's going to be so cool, and I can't wait for that, because everything now is just so stale and boring. I'm so over all this old Web 2, like YouTube, fucking Instagram. I'm over it. I've already got 3 ETH domains, and I'm looking at adding more, because I'm going to have this many different websites with this many different utilities. And it's just going to be cool, because, you're going to be able to flex on people and say, hey, like, just pull up my fucking website. I don't have Instagram. Here's my website. You need to get in contact with me. Here's my website. I have a chat bot on my website. You need to send me an emergency message. Here's my website. Type shit. Taking back control over our own data and our own freedoms and our own voices. And you own everything, so no one can tell you what the fuck to do. Yeah, and with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for listening. I see we got 2 people in here. I don't know, did we have any I don't think we had any comments, but I appreciate y'all. Later.